Thank you so much, Tanya. A big warm welcome from me as well. Really great to have you all here. Um, I wanted to share with you today a flow that's really one of my favorites at the moment. As Tanya already mentioned, the Depth One specialist, and I'll just show you here for a moment, and whether you have the book or not, you can get a sense. 4 simple steps, so it's really easy also to remember. And the reason I love it is that I really feel it helps me land in my body, and it grounds me and it calms me. So it's really one that I use a lot. And I thought we could maybe just begin by holding our thumb I just want to say a few things about the first depth for anyone who's perhaps new to the concept, or for as a refresher as well. So the depths are really a way we have in the art of jinshin to articulate the way spirit comes into matter. So how the infinite formless life force energy lands in the finite boundaried form of our physical body. And and it does that in cycles, so going deeper and deeper into the body with each cycle. And each of the cycles represents one, or corresponds to one of the depths. And then each depth corresponds to organ functions, the fingers, so thumb corresponding to the first depth, attitudes, different parts of the body. And the first depth more in particular, and maybe we can swap over if you feel drawn, or just stay with the other one, whatever feels right for you. The first depth corresponds to the stomach and spleen, the surface of our skin, the skin around our body, so that container of our outer boundary that the skin is. And the first depth is all about manifesting, coming into our physical form, and also about harmonizing worries. So every time we hold our thumb or do any of the first depth flows, we can help transform worry, anxiety into that sense of safety, that sense of being safe also within ourselves, anchored in our body, that sense of self-reliance, of self-worth. All of that is part of the first depth realm, if you like, or sphere. Okay, so having said that, let's have a feel which side we want to start working on. And I invite you to go very intuitively, just get a sense if there's one side or the other that draws you more. And then we can also hold the fours. We're going to start with the fours just underneath the occiput, the base of the skull here. And again, you might want to feel if one four or the other kind of feels more needy, like it has a greater need. And then go with that, really trust it. And then we're going to hold 4 with the same side 25, so the sit bone. And there's different ways you can do this. So I'm holding my 4 with the same side arm, but you can also go like this, right? And then we want to make sure we're on the same side. And so with the sit bone, you can either come here from the outside with, if you are holding the arm like this, or if you're holding the arm like this, you want to come through the legs like that. Yeah, important that we work on the same side. That's really all that matters. So let's drop into this first hold for same side 25. And just landing in that for a moment, getting a sense how it is to hold that, softening our shoulders, dropping into our breath, and really allowing ourselves to feel, to move into that experiential sense of being in the world. Now, the fours are all about bringing the invisible into the visible, the unconscious into consciousness. So, really epitomizing that first depth theme. And the 25s are sometimes known as gently regenerating, and they really help to recharge our system. They help with all the circulatory systems, our lymph, our energy flow, our blood flow, So they have a very rejuvenating function, the 25s. And so we're activating both of these energy locations. Now the 25 is going to be our anchor point for the next two steps, and we're going to move down the neck. So from the 4 coming down to the 12 here in the center of the neck. Yeah. So we're holding 12, same side, 25. And the 12 is all about surrender, being with what is, accepting that we are part of bigger rhythms of life, the seasons, day and night, the tides, birth, death, and rebirth in so many ways other than the end of our lives or the beginning of our lives. Yeah, so it's surrendering to that being human. And then again, the 25 stays in place, and we're going to move to the 11 right here and the 3. So we're holding 11 and 3 at the same time, with the 11 being right here on the top of our shoulders, and the 3 kind of in line with T1, that vertebra that often stands out a little at the top of our neck, or just to the side of that. So when we flop our hands over like this, our palm is generally on the 11 and the fingertips very naturally fall onto the 3. And the 11 is all about unloading any excess baggage, anything that we don't need, including any responsibilities that aren't ours to carry. So for any of us workaholics in this group, this is a good one to keep in mind. And then the 3 is all about letting go and receiving. It's a key one for the immune system. If you were here when Alexis was covering those, you will remember that, I'm sure. Sometimes known as the door, or even the body's natural antibiotic. Very, very key to keep that open. And both of these sites have a lot of energy, especially 11 has a lot of energy pathways moving through it. So if we can keep it open, we can benefit on so many levels. Now for the 4th step, we need to keep the 11 in place and the 25 goes to the 2. Going back to the 11 and then the 2. Yeah, does that make sense? So making sure we're on the opposite 2. Okay, and then let's release this side and let's move to the other side and back to, so the other 11 and same side 25, same side sit bone, right? 11 here, sorry, 4, 4, 4, getting all confused, sorry. 4 and same side sit bone, right? Underneath the occiput and same side sit bone. So we really begin by clearing the neck, and the neck is so essential to keep energetically free. So many energy pathways moving through it, so many arteries, veins, blood vessels, joints, nerves. So we can have that cleared, it can make all the difference. And it's also key for the digestive system. And one of the main reasons we can use this flow as well is for our digestion, that we have that link to stomach and spleen, but all digestive projects, both physical but also emotional and mental, digesting life. And again, let's move down to the 12, down the neck, and really noticing what's happening underneath our fingers in our whole system, softening a little bit more into this hold. And then let's come to the 11 and 3 on that side. If you want, you might want to rest the elbow that's on this side just to be as comfortable as possible. That's always a priority, that we can really relax, kind of flop into these holds. And then the final step, keeping the 11-3 on the neck in place, releasing the other hand and bringing it to the top of the hip bone on the other side, on that iliac crest there. And again, noticing how we are, noticing if we can feel an impact of the sequence on both sides, just getting a sense without any expectations. We may not, we may do. And then taking another breath or two, and in our own time, gently releasing. And as we open the space for any comments, questions, we can maybe hold our center of our hand just to integrate. That helps us connect with the sixth depth, that deep, that source energy again. Either one hand, or you can hold both hands like this if that's comfortable. Okay, then thank you so much for being here. I hope you feel drawn to try this again in your own time. Really, really lovely to spend this time and share this chance to harmonize our systems. And I hope to see you again another time.